welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. As we can see in the title and thumbnail, today, man, we are going to be going over a brand new announcement posted by the owner of Greenville in the official Greenville Discord server. We got a bunch of things to unpack. As you guys know, it is officially December 15th by the time I'm recording and uploading this video, meaning that it's the middle of December. So let's go ahead and see what is going on right now, because like I said, there's a lot going on. Also, yo, Xers, thank you so much for the $1 donation. I very much appreciate that. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, right over here in the GV Discord server, player feedback. Boom. This is where things get interesting. Hunter posted this earlier and he said, hey guys, I wanted it to be transparent based on what is happening behind the scenes for the new expansion update. We are in the final stretch of things to round out and wanted to get opinions. We are having a rendering issue based on slow or short rendering distance with this much of the map being added onto where the map can load a bit slowly at first, but it gets better over time as gameplay occurs. Would you guys be open to still having it released earlier, but with this being fixed later a few days or so after the release? Or to have it fixed on release, which would likely take a few days, unfortunately, due to this issue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, holy smoke, everybody voted 85%. And I'm not gonna lie, I did vote the one below, but now thinking about it, I had a different mindset when voting. I thought this would be more game breaking, but I noticed he did say it gets better as gameplay occurs, so the longer you play, it'll be fixed. And plus, who wants to wait? Yeah, I regret putting that as an answer. I would change that to the top. And I'm agreeing with the 85%. I think we should get it out sooner. At first, when I read this out, I thought it was going to be like a bigger issue. Now thinking about it, I don't think this is a big issue. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just seen that release the update earlier, fix the rendering later. Okay. 15% voted for fix the rendering before releasing and release the update later. But yo, this is crazy. Also, thank you so much for the one. I very much appreciate that, Onyx. But hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Is this going to be a problem? That's what I don't know exactly. Because the reason as well why I initially did the first one is mainly because I know how people react when there's bugs. A lot of people tend to go kind of crazy when something doesn't work, and I think we can all agree. I think we've all witnessed it. Maybe even some of us watching right now do the same thing. And I don't want this update to be laggy. We've seen what happened with updates being unoptimized and glitchy. You remember? Who remembers the fall update? You guys remember when they released that update and there were so many bugs? Like, the whole update was bugged. There are so many problems. So many people are mad. So many people are raging. I don't want to see that happen again. So, I don't know how bad this is going to be. I don't know how much of a scale, on like what type of scale, you know, it's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be like, for example, releasing it earlier. Is it going to be a big problem? But from the looks of it, it doesn't seem that big of a problem. Onyx, thank you so much for the one once again. But I know, nobody wants to wait. It's been so long. The updates has already been delayed many, many times. I think they initially said this update was going to come out in September, and then November, and then, no, I think summer, and then September, and then they said, I can't remember exactly. But it was like September, November, now December, and people don't want to delay it any longer. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes smooth with it, too. I just really hope it isn't a big problem, especially, I have a big issue, because, like, as you guys know, damn, that was a sick front flip. A lot of people who play this game, right, not everybody has a high-end device as well. So, like, I don't know how this would affect people's performance. Maybe if you're on mobile, maybe if you're on console, like I said, a lower-end device. Who knows how this will impact, but like at the end of the day, I think it'll be okay, at least if we're gonna get the update sooner. And also, they did say they will fix it in like a few days. So like, even if, let's just say, some of us, let's say, have a hard time playing the new update, at least we'll be able to see what it's like and you'll probably still be able to play. It's just a rendering issue. And for anybody who doesn't understand what that means, so you guys see very far down how the map isn't loaded in. Basically, there's like a bug going on with it, I think, and it doesn't like, I don't know, the rendering kind of lags out. They're having like some issues with it. That's what the rendering does. Basically, you see how my map is loading in right now? It's currently loading in because I'm driving that in that direction, right? That's for performance, because if the whole map was loaded in while I'm driving around, mamma mia, I would have like 1 or 2 FPS. I'd be playing this game looking at it like a book, basically, like flipping a page. That's like the FPS I'd be getting, right? And you don't want that to happen. So obviously you got to make sure the render's good. And as you guys know, they're also doubling up in the map size. So like there's so much map to render. It's like so much, you know what I mean? So like, who knows, bro? Who knows how this is gonna go? And I think we actually did get some more leaks, a little bit more juice in the mix. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. In the plan section, bang, bang, bang. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, ability to disable lightning/flashing lights is also planned right here. As we can see, please add the ability to turn lightning/flashing lights off. My, damn, holy small. Honestly, yo, I kind of agree with this. Sometimes, bro, people be flashing me with their headlights at night, and I don't like it. You know, it's just, I mean, like, it's just a little bit absurd. And plus the lightning, I mean, I usually play this game, with whatchamacallit, in day, right? And also, I'm sorry to hear that about that guy's friend. That is insane. I'm not joking. Like, that is a problem that you do have to really factor in, especially when you're getting this big of a update and like this much hype. Like, I think Greenville is probably the most popular it's ever been. Can we all agree on that? Like, I think this is like the peak point of Greenville, to the point where they're getting really big and they have to really think about everything and take a lot of stuff into consideration, you know? And that's no joke right there, what the guy brought up. So, and I kind of agree. Like, for example, let me just make the time nighttime real quick. Like, it gets dark as hell, and then look at this. I could, like, flash my high beams if I hit bracket. Like, you see that? You see that? Like, that's pretty bright, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do too much because, you know, and especially, like, when you get into a darker area, you know, like, and then you got multiple people doing it, too. That could be a big problem right there, so... And that's just for the lightning too. I don't know if they would do anything for the headlights, by the way. They did say just for lightning. And I think the lightning is worse. The headlights isn't that bad. But as we can see right here, there's also another new thing that's been planned. Comparing vehicles in the dealership is also planned. Oh, snap. Just like real life. So let's say you want to compare 2 trucks. Let's say you want to compare a Toyota truck and a Ford truck. You could actually compare the engine type. So 8-cylinder versus 6-cylinder. Transmission type, automatic versus manual, for example, you know what I'm saying? Or like gas, maybe diesel versus gas, 4-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that good stuff. That would be really good, especially with like sports cars, because, you know, some people might want to get a sports car. They don't know if it's manual. For example, maybe a GT3 Touring or a GT3. One's manual, one's not. One has a wing, one doesn't. Stuff like that. That's actually a pretty smart addition. I'm not going to lie to you. I would actually really like to see how that's implemented into the game. And, oh, I wasn't showing Discord. Dang it. My bad. It was nothing really too crazy, I'll be honest with you. It was just this right here. As we can see right here, it's just like real life. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing really crazy. And you can see different types of gas, engine, front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, all that stuff, right? That's basically like how it'd be, which is pretty cool, honestly. I really like that idea. I think that'd be a great addition. But that's like, I'd say that's like majority of the info. I think we I guess let's talk about when the update's coming now. First of all, another leak right here. Point Clouded wanted to point this out, saying, look how far that little blue thing is selected. That's how far the map goes down. That is insane. By the way, that's like in studio. He has like one of the trees selected or whatever. Taken across the roadmap dealer. Look at how far that tree is that I selected. That is insane. That's like miles down. How far is that? How far is that? But since everybody voted now for the 85%, ladies and gentlemen, I genuinely think this update is really soon. I've been making the prediction and I'm standing on this standpoint. The update will be coming before Like, it'll either be, it has to be today. It's December 15th. I've been saying this constantly, that it was either going to be the 13th, the 14th, or the 15th. It's either going to be the weekend or the Monday, because this is officially the halfway point of December. The devs did say it was coming out before middle of December. They just made a post talking about the feedback saying, hey, we could release sooner, but with this thing, meaning most likely they will release on time for the deadline. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's my video. That guy just went flying, and I'm out. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below when you guys think the update's coming out. And go watch this video right here where I show you guys this crazy YouTuber's car collection in Greenville. It's absolutely peak. Go watch it.